Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Today, there is a story I want us to revisit. I think we had really given it a break, but I want us to revisit this. The reason why I want us to revisit it is starting here. Those are JKUAT University students. They went and attended the burial of Denzel Omondi. Denzel Omondi, you see here, his lifeless body was found dumped in a quarry just days after he allegedly participated in the 25th June protest, the day a section of protesters stormed the parliament. And during that event, one of the leaders who was there was the Embakasi East Member of Parliament, Babu Owino, who has been leaning with the university students. And remember, his politics was premised and built just from his heydays in the University of Nairobi. And there is a speech that Babu Owino gave during the Denzel burial. I think one of the things I've really been following that Denzel story, and they say how body, remember he went missing for some time, then after that the body was found missing, and I think we really, the state need to be very wary of, especially these deaths, that disappearance of university students. That is the next really lot that is going to vote in this country. But Babu Owino gave this speech, and I just want us to get a snippet of that.
To the Gen Zs in this country, you are making us proud. We love you. We love what you are doing. We know the difference between Gen Zs and Ruto. The first difference, as the Gen Zs are leaderless, Ruto is rudderless. As the Gen Zs are leaderless, Ruto is rudderless. As the Gen Zs are faceless, Ruto is heartless. As the Gen Zs are fearless, Ruto is careless. As the Gen Zs are formless, Ruto is mannerless. As the Gen Zs are tribeless, Ruto is use. We have to use him less because his host is humani generis, hostile to mankind. He is the enemy of the people, and he will forever remain the enemy of the people. And therefore, all the negative less belongs to Ruto. We cannot come here today to bury a young man like Denzel. It is Denzel who should be burying the parents, not the parents burying Denzel. And therefore, as comrades, we know that tomorrow we have a date with destiny. And for something good to happen, something must break. For something good to happen, something must break. For a seed to germinate, the ground must. For it to rain, the sky must. For a child to be born, water must. For Kenyans to get development, Ruto must. For Kenyans to get justice for all those who have been killed, Ruto must. Koome hata ni mtu mdogo sana kwa hii kitu. Let us deal with the head. Let us deal with the head. Koome watu wanaweza msalamia popote penye yupo, so that tuna ensure asitembee popote. Because we will not allow the deaths of our young men and women, the death of Denzel, to go without justice. We must stand for our comrades. We must fight for our comrades. And you cannot intimidate us day and night.
Now from that, today, on Wednesday, the Embakasi East Member of Parliament has shared a statement that he received summons from the DCI over incitement and charges leveled against him. I want us to look at this, rather one of the summon letter that is just shared online. And the DCI inquiring into alleged offense of incitement and money laundering, check of penal code, where I do believe you, Honorable Babu Owino, is involved and has information which can assist me in my investigation. Under the powers conferred to me under this section, I request you, Honorable Babu Owino, to report to me at DCI Nairobi County Headquarters, Police Station today on 24th of July, midday, and furnish me with full information. So this is the statement that Babu Owino has shared, that has been summoned rather to face some charges bordering money laundering and incitement. This has likely been triggered by the speech yesterday while he was attending that burial. And so this is what has brought me to what I wanted to look at, and I wanted us to revisit. The tales of disappearances have been agonizing to the families, and it would be, and I think the mainstream media is probably having a break. I've had some break on it. I'm seeing when I listen to the panel interviews, they're most centered around what's happening now and what's really the way forward, and we have now started amplifying the voices of the politicians. For the last 4 days, we've been saying, the media, we've been reporting about what Raila has said and what people think about Uhuru funding protest and what the President Ruto is telling the protesters that is going to meet them. We've been amplifying the big voices. But the really deeper details of what's happening is really, we've been quiet about it. This story by Citizen yesterday blew my mind, and yeah, maybe we can get that.
Lillian Akinyi is in pains moments after witnessing the post-mortem of her late brother Charles Owino. For a week now, the family has been living in a state of worry after the body of the Akin was booked as an unknown accident victim, despite the fact that he was a victim of police excesses during the protests in Kitengela town. However, after post-mortem exercise, the family has now established that indeed Owino was killed by a bullet which hit his head.
Wamepata alipigwa risasi ikatoka huku, ilipigwa huku ikatoka huku, na mpangilio yoyote bado hatuna kitu yoyote. Mimi ndio firstborn kwa boma, bwanangu pia aliaga, mimi ndio tegemeo, wazazi ni wale wako nyumbani wamelemewa kabisa. Hata mimi ndio wananililia nisiwache mtoto huku aoze huku.
Another family that was in the similar predicament was that of Shakil Ramsfield. It has now been confirmed that Shakil, who was pictured among the protesters in Kitengela town, too died as a result of a gunshot in the head.
And whoever shed the blood of my son, he was a hero. Whoever shed the blood of my son, that blood is flowing through the soil and they're stepping on it. Even those people are refusing the change. That change is going to come through them, through the soil. Hiyo maji, hiyo damu inaenda kuchanganyika na maji, na wataikunywa, na wataisikia vile iko.
Another family, that of the late Samuel Mutisia, who was killed in Mlolongo during the protests and his body booked as a victim of mob justice, had disputed the post-mortem results.
Tuesema kabisa kama jamii tumeelewa vile tumepoteza mwanetu ama mtoto wetu. Kwa hivyo kile tu tunasema tunataka haki.
Over 170 kilometers away in Makindu, Makueni County, two other families were in pain after post-mortem results revealed that they were felled by police bullets. The late Alex Muteti and Dennis Lubanga were killed during last Tuesday's protests in Kibwezi town.
Walikuwa na risasi, tukaona iliingilia upande wa nyuma mgongoni na ikatokea mbele upande wa abdomen. The report ikaonyesha kwamba palikuwa na bleeding nyingi, palikuwa na a lot of bleeding which was due to some injury on the vessels.
We must arraign these killer cops in court. They must face justice. These families require justice. Kenyans want to see justice done. And we are leaving this matter in your hands.
With the results out, the families now want the government to take action against individual security officers who fired the killer shots, cutting short the dreams of the young men who are agitating for good governance in the country. The number of those killed during the one-month protests witnessed in the country has hit over 50 people.
So, this is what we're talking about. You know, much as the president and the team are saying, what we have done a lot, we have done this, but we continue to profile the members of the public, and the profile has been deep. I want to take you to Nation. Nation has a story that you should not miss, and probably I say because you're a member of this channel, I promise you won't miss it. I want us to look at these three stories, these three fellows whose stories have been highlighted there. Where are they? Families recount the pain of searching for missing loved ones. I want to narrate these three stories about the stories about these three fellows here. This gentleman you are seeing in your screen is known as Franklin Oduor. Franklin Oduor was allegedly arrested, not even allegedly, was arrested last Tuesday, July 17th. And this is around the Kitengela. And after that protest, the mother is saying that she called Franklin when Franklin, somewhere I think 8 p.m. Tuesday, and Franklin confirmed to the mother that he was in a police station, some police station, and the phone was going through. And after that, Franklin requested that the mother to send her 3,000, that money would help to seek his release the next day. That now this was supposed to be on Wednesday. So this same Wednesday, the mother was still perturbed. And so they now organized with the sister to do media interview, just to highlight, or rather to amplify the plight of the brother, the issue about the brother. So that money was sent. So in the morning, the sister, known as Edith Nyangarisa, made a call, and Franklin received a call on Wednesday morning at 6:45 a.m. He answered and said he was safe, but immediately he would be released, he would actually pick his phone. Now, according to this story, Franklin was allegedly released, but then he went and charged his phone around Kirinyaga Road. He went to Kirinyaga Road. Around Kirinyaga Road, he had a friend, so he went there to charge his phone. From there, he's never been seen. So that boy has been missing now for that last 1 week. And the last stop that they can trace is the Kirinyaga Road. As to whether what really happened after that cannot be explained. And so he went missing. That is him. And in fact, the parents are saying they are not sure whether he was released or what exactly was he rearrested, was he abducted, and what happened, they've not been able to clarify. So that boy has been missing for the last 1 week. This story is not fabrication. This story is well captured by the Nation. So if you search, you are going to find that story. I've also looked at the other one is this here. Purity Njeri Gitau. Purity Njeri Gitau disappeared on July 11th. July 11th is the day there was also another protest countrywide. So is a student of Thika, the word is, it comes from Murang'a, and it was the student of Thika Technical Institute. The mother went there searching for her the very day, and they went, of course he went to the university, the institute to search for her. He made the call, and the call was picked by another woman, just one off, and since then he went to missing. So today is day 23. For the last 12 days, the mother doesn't know where the child is and has reported missing person, has been calling for the whereabouts of this. Probably even doing this story is also for public awareness, so that if you see these people whose photos you can see here, you can always, report a police station. I think that's also one of the objectives of Nation writing this story. This one is also another one. This one went missing on June 25th. Is known as, whose name is this? Emmanuel Mukuria. He went missing on June 25th. He was at Tot in Nairobi. And the mother had been visiting hospitals and the mortuaries and everywhere, but has not been able to capture him. So since June 25th, the day Parliament was stormed, Emmanuel Mukuria has not been seen. I took also keen interest on Daniel Kabusho, abducted by unknown men in Thika on June 18. And they said that they had a conversation while the father of three was seated in a busy hotel on Kenyatta Highway in Thika. When a man approached him, they had a conversation for some time before leaving together. And in CCTV footage that a Nation had seen, they're saying that he was seen hesitating to board a waiting silver double cabin pickup. And then later on, he was forced into that double cabin and has gone missing, never to be seen again. So the stories about these disappearances are there. And if you read, and that is why I'm saying that probably the media dropped covering more about it and taking that, but that doesn't mean that things changed, or rather things are now looking better. I think the effect of extra legal actions will be felt, and those who are strategic advisors, strategic security advisors, should actually be wary of these developments. And even the political advisors around President Ruto, who also wish that they can also retain power in 2027, should be wary of these developments, because the more these things are coming out, these instances are coming out, it's really raising the public awareness. The three things we might end up with, and this is some of the effects of these extra legal actions. Kenya Kwanza is making a big blunder because they are taking abductions and these disappearances and deaths into the 2027 political ballot. I remember just one of the campaign pillars, not pillars, but one of the campaign narratives that Dennis Itumbi crafted just weeks to the last general election was freedom is coming. And the freedom is coming, you will see politicians go to rallies and say the days of calling people through WhatsApp are done. The days of finding dead bodies in Yala and this and that are done. And after Kenya Kwanza came to power, William Ruto acted to really end it by even disbanding some SS unit, and you know, that unit was slander. There was a slander campaign or mudslinging of that unit that was responsible for the killing. In fact, even DCI Kinoti had to be pushed out of his position, DCI position, because he had really been believed to be the face that was behind that slander, or that those activities. But then we're likely to go back there. And look at the three. Number one is Thika Institute. The other one is JKUAT. So university students are seeing these bodies. They have these stories, memories in them. Now, I can tell you that we are actually, I don't know why this should be the right word, but we are actually polarizing the ground, because we might end up with people now raising questions about this. Number two, the effect of this is emotionally charging the population and refueling, because I managed last month, of course. This month, I went to city, like last month when I was supporting the family, when we were supporting the Evans the family of Evans Karito the family I visited in Kiambu. You could feel, I remember one of the relatives saying, Kevin, I will also go to the street, and I know by that time she was also mourning, so she's also speaking in anger, but she's saying, if this is what's happening, then really, even me, I should not fear death. I've seen death, I've seen my cousin going. So it's really something that is there. Now, Kenya Kwanza must fix this. The perpetrators within the system should not get away with these acts, because this is emboldening them and it will be difficult to undo. Remember, some of the victims have been saying that we have photos, we have CCTV footages. Until to date, where even if you want to, even to pacify and to act as doing something, there is no single case of police officer being charged in a court of law for this perpetrating this. Well, it can't be. Yes, it's fair also to agree that some were goons and criminals planted, but it can't be that all these killings were fair. Probably one or two people should be behind bars and try to really tell the country what is it, because we need to. The more we are making some perpetrators to get away with these extra legal actions, we are actually encouraging something that we might not be able to address when it gets out of hand. Thank you, guys. Let's wait at how the DCI, the DCI summoned by Babu Owino will go. Keep it here. We'll keep on updating you on what's happening.